Princess Diana's tragic death has always been surrounded by mystery and speculation. But what if everything we thought we knew about the night of August 31st, 1997 isn't the full truth? For over 2 decades, theories and conspiracy theories have surrounded the fatal car crash in Paris that claimed Diana's life and that of her companion, Dodi Fayed. However, the release of Queen Elizabeth's secret diary has exposed new and chilling details about Diana's death. Details that cast doubt on everything we've been told. In Queen Elizabeth's diary, shocking revelations unfold, and what was once seen as an accident begins to look more like a carefully orchestrated cover-up. According to the Queen's own words, there was more going on behind the scenes than anyone could have imagined. The security footage from the crash site mysteriously disappeared, and key evidence was conveniently erased. The Queen herself expressed guilt, writing, "I should have stopped it." What was she referring to? Could the royal family have played a role in covering up the truth of Diana's death? This new information from the Queen's diary provides an eye-opening look into the deep-seated fears, political maneuvering, and hidden agendas that surrounded Diana, especially as her relationship with Dodi Fayed became more public. For those who might not remember, Diana's romance with Dodi wasn't just tabloid gossip. It was a crisis within the royal family. King Charles himself saw Diana's relationship as a direct threat to the monarchy. According to Queen Elizabeth's diary, Charles referred to Diana as a liability, a word that suggests a threat that needs to be dealt with. This was not just some personal conflict. This was a potential disaster for the royal family, and it set the stage for what would become one of the most scandalous cover-ups in modern history. Diana's ability to capture the public's heart was unmatched, and it terrified the royal family. Her rebellious nature and independent spirit made her unpredictable, something the royals could not tolerate. But what truly alarmed the monarchy was not just Diana's influence, it was her potential marriage to Dodi Fayed. Dodi, the son of billionaire Mohammed Al Fayed, came from a powerful and wealthy family. Diana's relationship with him didn't just threaten the royal family's control over public perception, it threatened everything the monarchy stood for. Whispers began circulating that Diana might even marry Dodi, and for a family built on control and tradition, the idea of a Muslim stepfather to the future King William was unthinkable. Behind the palace walls, anxiety began to turn into desperation. According to the Queen's diary, the royal PR machine went into overdrive. They scrambled to control the narrative, but nothing seemed to quell the rising tide of public support for Diana and Dodi. The Queen's diary suggests that the royal family underestimated the situation, and this led to a series of decisions that would change everything. Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, was no fan of Diana. He is described in the diary as seeing her as a loose cannon who needed to be controlled. Philip had tried various tactics, from criticizing her charity work to commenting on her fashion choices, but none of it worked. Diana, with her humanitarian efforts and deep connections to the people, was becoming a political liability for the monarchy. The Queen's diary reveals that Philip, who had connections to intelligence circles, may have gone even further in his desire to stop Diana. Diana's anti-landmine campaign had placed her in direct conflict with the UK government's policies, and the Queen's diary mentions that Philip was desperate for restraint. But what kind of restraint was he asking for? Did his words inspire someone to take action against Diana? Did the royal family, or those close to them, believe they were justified in stopping her permanently? The events surrounding the night of Diana's crash raise even more questions. Diana's car was followed by the paparazzi as usual, but the Queen's diary suggests that the media frenzy wasn't just a chaotic byproduct of celebrity life. It was something far more calculated. Royal aides reportedly discussed using the press as a weapon, leaking Diana's whereabouts to make her feel trapped. The diary hints that there may have been more at play than just relentless media harassment. What if the paparazzi were not the only ones involved in the chase that night? What if others were pulling the strings, ensuring that Diana was placed in a position where a tragic outcome was inevitable? One of the most chilling aspects of the story is the involvement of Diana's driver, Henri Paul. Henri Paul wasn't just any chauffeur. He was trained in security and knew the risks associated with driving at high speeds in a high-pressure environment. Yet, on the night of the